Welcome to today's book review of The Royal Game, a powerful psychological novel by Stefan Zweig. Although the book revolves around a game of chess, it is much more than a story of strategy and competition. It is a profound exploration of loneliness, mental endurance, freedom, and the resilience of the human spirit. Stefan Zweig wrote this novel during one of the darkest periods in the European history. The story reflects the anxiety, fear, and psychological struggles that emerged under totalitarian regimes. Through a seemingly simple chess match, Zweig invites us to examine the depths of the human mind. The story unfolds aboard a passenger ship sailing from New York to Buenos Aires. Among the travelers in the world, a chess champion called Czentovic. What begins as the casual curiosity about the champion soon develops into a dramatic encounter that reveals extraordinary stories of suffering and survival. As we journey through this review, we will encounter how a game of chess becomes a metaphor for human freedom, identity, and the resistance against oppression. The enigmatic chess champion. One of the first characters we meet is Czentovic, the reigning world chess champion. Surprisingly, he does not fit the image many people have of a brilliant intellectual. Czentovic is portrayed as socially awkward, uneducated in many areas, and lacking cultural refinement. Yet on the chessboard, he is nearly unbeatable. His talent is extraordinary, allowing him to dominate opponents through patience, precision, and relentless calculation. The passengers aboard the ship are fascinated by him. They observe his behavior and wonder how someone who appears so ordinary could possess such a remarkable ability. Zweig uses Czentovic to challenge our assumptions about intelligence. It is true intelligence measured only by intellectual knowledge, or can it manifest itself in highly specialized ways? As the passengers attempt to engage the champion in conversation and chess, the stage is set for confrontation that will reveal deeper truth about human nature. The unexpected challenger. During a casual chess game organized among the passengers, something unexpected happens. The group is losing badly to the champion. Suddenly a quiet and reserved passenger intervenes. With a calm authority, he suggests a series of moves that completely change the course of the game. The mysterious stranger is Dr. B. His understanding of chess astonishes everyone. He appears capable of anticipating complex strategies with remarkable accuracy. Even the champions are surprised. The passengers become curious. Who is this man? Where did he learn to play chess at such a high level? Why does he seem uncomfortable discussing his expertise? As questions grow, Dr. B reluctantly begins to share his extraordinary story, a story that forms the emotional heart of the novel. Chapter 4: Imprisonment and Isolation. Dr. B reveals that he was arrested by Nazi authorities. Instead of being physically tortured, he was subjected to a different kind of punishment, that is, completely isolation. He was confined to a hotel room and deprived of books, newspapers, and conversations, and human contact. Day after day he faced silence and emptiness. This section of novel is one of the most powerful depictions of psychological suffering in modern literature. Dr. B explains how isolation slowly began to erode his sense of self. Without external stimulation, his thoughts turned inward, time lost meaning, memory became uncertain, reality itself seemed fragile. Zwing masterfully shows that loneliness can become a prison even more devastating than physical confinement. The reader begins to understand that the struggle for freedom is not only political but also psychological. Chapter 5: The Discovery of the Chessbook. One day, Dr. B discovers something unexpected: a book. Desperate for any form of intellectual stimulation, he steals it and returns to his room with great excitement. To his disappointment, the book contains nothing but recorded chess games. At first, it seems useless, yet gradually, chess becomes his lifeline. He studies every move, memorizes positions, and replays games in his imagination. The chessboard becomes a world he can inhabit when reality offers nothing but emptiness. What began as a distraction soon becomes a necessity for survival. Through chess, Dr. B preserves his mental faculties and resists the psychological distraction intended by his chapter. This part of the story illustrates humanity's extraordinary capacity to find meaning and hope even under the most difficult circumstances. Chapter 6: Obsession and Psychological Breakdown. However, survival comes at a cost as Dr. B becomes increasingly immersed in chess. His mind divides into opposing sides. He begins playing against himself, imagining both players simultaneously. The game that once saved him gradually consumes him. His thoughts becomes obsessive. The boundaries between reality and imagination starts to blur. He loses control over his mental balance. Zwing presents a fascinating psychological paradox. The very activity that protects Dr. B from madness also pushes himself towards it. This section highlights the dangers of obsession and the delicate nature of human psyche. The reader feels both admiration for Dr. B's resilience and concern for his deteriorating mental condition. The final chess match. Back aboard the ship, Dr. B finally agrees to play against Czentovic. The match becomes far more than a contest between two chess players. It symbolizes a confrontation between different approaches to life and intelligence. Czentovic represents cold calculation, discipline, and mechanical precision, and Dr. B represents imagination, emotion, and psychological complexity. As the game progresses, tension rises. Dr. B's extraordinary abilities re-emerge, but so too do the psychological wounds from his imprisonment. The chessboard becomes a battlefield where past trauma and present reality collide. The outcome is not merely about winning or losing, it is about preserving one's humanity. Conclusion and personal reflection of this book. The Royal Game is much more than a novel about chess. It is a profound reflection on freedom, isolation, and mental endurance, and human dignity. Stefan Zweig demonstrates that the greatest battles often occur within the human mind. Through Dr. B's experiences, we witness the destructive efforts of oppression and the remarkable resilience of the human spirit. The story remains relevant today because it speaks to universal human experiences: loneliness, hope, identity, and the search for meaning. What makes this novel unforgettable is its psychological depth. Even readers who know little about chess can appreciate its powerful themes and emotional impact. I would highly recommend the Royal Game to anyone interested in literature, psychology, history, or stories of human courage. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Stefan Zweig's masterpiece. If you enjoyed this review, please like, share, and subscribe for more book reviews and literary discussions. Until next time, have a happy reading.